Greetings to each of you and welcome to day 7 of OctoberME, Reverend Dr. Shalita Mira, on this journey with you to increase our physical wellness. And today what we're going to spend time focused on is looking at the nutritional factor, the benefits of fruits and vegetables. After we explore fruits and vegetables, then we're going to spend a few minutes talking about intermittent fasting, and then we're going to acquiesce into a little assignment that I have for you around meal planning. So I hope that you will join me in today's time that is set apart to enhance our physical wellness. All right, so as we are exploring the importance of fruits and vegetables in our diet, we're going to spend a little bit of time, and I created a chart here as a visual for you so that you understand the different forms of fruits and vegetables and their nutritional factors. I do want to set a disclaimer here that this chart is not all encompassing. It is meant to be a space to get you started, to provide you with some foundational knowledge. So I want you to peruse this particular chart for just a moment. Look at vitamin C, for example. You can receive that ascorbic acid from your citrus fruits, right? You can receive that from bell peppers. And once you look at the minerals, you see potassium and calcium and magnesium are important. And there are some examples here of where you can pull that particular nutrition from, because we know that it helps to regulate blood pressure, supports muscle and nerve function, and promotes strong bones. Look at fiber. I think we can find fiber in most fruits and vegetables because that helps our gut microbiome. It aids digestion. It helps us to maintain those healthy blood sugar levels, and even antioxidants. Looking at the flavonoids that are in apples and onions and broccoli, the carotenoids that are in carrots and spinach and kale, and then your polyphenols, which are in grapes and wine, also in green tea and other berries. So this is just a visual, but I also want you to take this. You can print this chart out and you can have it tucked away as a tool for you. You can add foods to each of these categories so that as you are growing in your own knowledge about health and wellness, you can have a space where you can journal or log those different fruits and vegetables and where they fall specific to the vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, and phytochemical categories. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that alternates between periods of fasting and eating. It doesn't prescribe specific foods to eat, but rather focuses on when you should eat. There are several common methods of intermittent fasting that we will discuss. Fasting can provide significant health benefits for a variety of health issues. As you can see on your screen, I've included many of them on this slide. Because fasting works to repair and heal on a cellular level, research suggests that it can help conditions like obesity, diabetes, sleep apnea, some forms and types of cancer, Alzheimer's disease, arthritis, asthma, multiple sclerosis, IBS, and chronic or autoimmune conditions. It can also help with stem cell generation, stabilizing blood sugar, improving the immune system, decreasing depression and anxiety, detoxing the body. It can reduce inflammation and lessen that free radical damage. It boosts brain power by stimulating the brain boosting hormone BDNF by 400% according to research. And it is also supporting treatment that is preventative when it comes to cancer. So these are just some thoughts as you think about incorporating an intermittent fasting regimen into your health routine. Now let's transition into discussing the types of intermittent fasting, and we'll begin with one of the most popular modalities, which is the 16-8 method or autophagy fasting. So this method involves fasting for 16 hours each day and restricting your eating to an 8-hour window. For example, you might eat between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. and then fast from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the very next day. Next is the 5-2 method or fast mimicking. In this approach, you'll consume your regular diet for 5 days of the week and then significantly reduce your calorie intake, usually around 500 to 600 calories on the remaining 2 consecutive days. Now we have the eat, stop, eat, or the 24-hour fasting modality. So this method involves fasting for a full 24 hours once or twice a week. For example, you might have dinner at 7 o'clock p.m. and then not eat until the next day at 7 o'clock p.m. Next, we have the alternate day fasting. And with this method, you alternate between days of regular eating and days of fasting or consuming very few calories. And this is to give you some metabolic flexibility. And we have the warrior diet or the OMAD or dinner to dinner modality, which is actually one of my favorites. And this involves fasting for most of the day and then having maybe one large meal in the evening. Typically, you're going to fast for about 20 hours and then eat within a small 4-hour window. Here I included a few resources on intermittent fasting. There are a lot of resources out there in the World Wide Web and also on YouTube, but 2 that have been very transformative in my life has been Dr. Mindy Pelz and her book Fast Like a Girl. I also included a link if you go to her website. She has a beginner's guide to fasting, which is phenomenal. And then Dr. Berg, who also does a lot of research and education around intermittent fasting and keto. So I included those 2 resources here. I encourage you to educate yourself on the health benefits of intermittent fasting because it truly can transform your health. Here's a quick resource that I created for you to use in order to more effectively meal plan. A part of that includes tracking your food, maybe even tracking the food you want to prepare, especially if you're bulk cooking. So I hope that you find this little resource very beneficial.